What's good, guys? I kind of wanted to vent about the behind the scene trials. We have subject one, subject two. Behind the scenes. This video is dedicated to behind the scenes of past tribulations and basically how everything unfolds, how everything kind of repositions into such a great awakening, such a greater place, such a greater intake for the mind itself, to rebuild trust, to rebuild trust within self, to acknowledge all of issues, all of problems that may have foretaken for a little bit in the heat of the midst of the moment of the season, to ensure us onto a better and greater path, but also to humble a few other people who may just not have passed that upper class and probably just had to do like a makeup test. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it a makeup test. So behind the scenes, what are we going with this? Where are we going with this? How am I doing it, Sway? How am I doing it? Don't you want to know? Don't you want to know? Wusa. Peace. Tranquility. Exclusianto. Quality over quantity or is it quantity over quality? Respect. Loyalty. Divination. Migration. Behind the scenes. The role that I play behind the scenes, that, you know, it's kind of like a little intro also. It's a great master and the student type of vibe. So the cool part about it is I carry the wisdom, I carry that knowledge, and I just was like, I don't know if I was born with it, I don't know if I was gifted with it from my great grandpa, but I say these amazing things. I'm like 9 times out of 10, if you're not happy, I'm not happy. And that's what bothers me. So when I come into people's lives, it's like, I don't care what you're going through. It's just like, if you're not happy, I'm doing everything to make you happy. I'm going far and beyond, because it's not just, oh, he has a good heart, oh, he's a nice person. It's no, like, I look at it as, this is our world. This is our journey. This is a part of, no matter how I found you, how many strangers on this world who I influence, how many random people who like look up to me and show me that great attitude of gratitude and respect, because they know where I'm coming from. They know I've been on this journey for a long time before noticing who I am, what I was, what I do, what I like to do. Is like, oh, this guy's just genuine. He's authentic. People like that. And because people like that, they get a sense of where, like, yo, like, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to jump into that childlike state of mind and not be judged for it. I got like family members, you know, like real uncles would be like, I can't even like fully be childish around them, because, you know, they're looking at me like, you're supposed to act older. Like my younger brother, like, oh, I'm supposed to be the older brother. Like, no, I'm still gonna be loving and kind, but that childlike person, like, I may want to jump off a flight of stairs and hit a 360 nope scope because it just felt fun in the moment. And you got to realize, not everybody's going to see through your perspective. Not everybody is going to agree with you or your actions, because, like, I didn't do that when I was younger. Like, why are you doing that? And you think you're so cool, you know? In reality, is practice. I practice what I preach. I practice what I say. When it comes to people in my own life, friends, family, loved ones, I'm gonna give you 1,000% of me always, because like I want you to know, basically I love you type shit. Like no weird type of way, but like I love you and I love you guys. I don't blame people for how they was raised or how they was treated, even if they are going on the wrong path, the right path, the wrong path. It's like, at least I'll try to acknowledge it and be like, yo, like, you don't got to stub your foot in the door 1,000 times to make sure your nervous system is working properly, you know? Or, yo, I'm not going to tell you to cross the street if the street sign is red and if the street sign is green, but all you see is red. So behind the scenes, me playing that, emotional role to show actually, let's kick it off to a little bit more spicy, the amazing, abundant, and thrive. So a long time ago, I used to be like, obsessed with like having a perfect partner, right? Because I was like, bro, like if there was somebody like me who's mad smart, who knows how to have fun, like the amount of good vibe we can create, we can destroy the world together, you know what I'm saying? On some fun shit, on some like, yo, like two people who's not really like living in that 3D space, but have some type of control of their own mind to do what they want to do, and also perceive life how they want to perceive life, and also, but nobody's perfect. I never ever looked at somebody was like, oh, this person they have to be perfect, they need to be this. Like, no, like I can literally date a homeless person, and long as they have good energy, a good vibe, I'm cool with that. You be the brokest person in the world, I'm not gonna look at you no different. I just dapped up a homeless person yesterday, and supposedly it was that famous dude that be on the train making videos. I didn't know he was gonna be there, but I was like, oh snap, I met somebody. And the universe always aligns me to so many great opportunities, so many great things that you'll be like, wow, like what's going on, And I believe it's because of like what I put out into the world. Is like, you gotta remember, everybody struggles. Everybody has their own struggles. I go through hard times, I go through hard days. I just don't wear it on my face because I'm grateful to be alive. That's really all that it is. But once you show attitude of gratitude to the Most High in the universe, you're good. Because like, you're not just appreciating your own self and all the hard times you've been through, and you're not being a victim. You're not a victim. It's just, sometimes in life, the nicest, coolest, waviest people you can meet, they've been through a lot more traumatic experience than the average person, because they are, and not everybody in precise has to go through the most crazy, but most 10 out of 10, it'd be the ones who've been through a lot in their lifetime, who've seen what's it like to be alone, not have friends, or do things on their own, grow up fast, because you gotta live life at a certain pace for your own self. And it's just like, you know exactly what I mean, right? Boom. So behind the scenes, when subject A, you know, subject A or subject B was going through things. Nobody ever realized they were going through these types of things because they didn't have that eye lens. They didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that third eye up there. When you can tell when your partner's not feeling great, your partner's not feeling happy, and that's just something I was holding. So whenever I felt any type of doubt, whenever I felt any type of just like, dang, this person's going through something today, I would literally go above and beyond, like, word, like, I did it. I played my part so well. It was basically like they would forget why they were upset in the first place. In a recent, like, subject B, right? I remember this person just like on some, like, it was so eye-opener for me, I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, it was one day, right? They were throwing like so much hate. They were just trying to be a little negative ball or whatever like that. They get it, the panties was in a bunch, haven't had any brunch, trying to ask me and call me for some lunch. But on some real, they said, like, they just say, like, they called me a bum, right? Just to put it out there. I don't even remember what it was really about. But it's like they called me some dirt. And I was like, this person is hurting right now, but they can't realize it yet. But I can see it. And I want to change that type shit. Like, you feel me? Like, I was on my God level type shit. Like, and what they said to me that was so intriguing was like, yo, why are you being nice to me? I was just being mean to you. Why are you being nice? And I ain't gonna lie, this like little childlike vision of me just was like, yo, like, you did it, bro. You broke through the wall. You broke through the wall. And it was just like a really, really great feeling to know, like, yo, even though this person is talking so bad about me, even though this person probably hates me, they can still realize I'm just trying to help them. It's like, why are you being nice to me? It was like the cutest little moment ever, though. And I just felt like I want to give myself some credit for that. Also, my grandmother, I made my grandmother cry one day too, like on some wild, like on some random. I had this problem like with my aunt a while ago. It wasn't a big problem, but something she did a long time ago. I wanted to use the computer. She said, no, you can't use it because of this, that, and the third. And I said, what? That person over there is using it. But she had an ego problem. She had a big old, this is an older lady. Big old ego. Much love to her, you feel me? I didn't take it like no type of way, but it was still in my conscious mind. I was like, maybe she's a little changed now. Maybe some time passed. I was not getting an apology out of that lady for nothing. Trust me, I get it. But I didn't hold no type of resentment because my cousin's family, they all told me the same. Like, that's just how she is. And I really, low-key, I'm not saying it's impossible for someone to change, but they're not gonna, you can't force nobody to change. They gotta change on their own. They gotta do their own thing. So my grandmother was there one time, boom. She's like, Unique, what you just said today brought tears to my eyes, boy. Why? Why have you stopped playing such music? And I was like, dang, I didn't know what I said was so powerful, was so impacting. Even though I didn't get the answer that I was looking for, she was just like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you handled that situation so well. And basically, she was like, she was happy that I told the person, like, hey, even though you did what you did was wrong, I forgive you for it. And she was like, oh, so what are you? You're mad now? You're mad? I was like, no, I'm not mad. Like, I forgive you for it. Like, it is what it is. And then I kind of had them both in shock a little bit. But yeah, one person was still like, whatever. I'll take it to the grave. God damn it. Like, really, like on some just like, I don't know. But yeah, that was just another like little point in time just to be grateful for, and just I'm glad I could share that with you. But behind the scenes, right? Behind the scenes, I did put in a lot of work into protecting myself, and also just keeping a great mindset and trying not to let things change who I am as a person, because we all go through BS in life. But it's important for you guys to not let it change you and realize the healing phase, it takes a long time. It definitely does. I was upset. I was angry at one point. I decided to grow. I'm not going to say like, oh, go and decide to forgive and forget and go and decide it. Like, no, you can forgive. You don't got to forget. And like, if you still feel intention, if you still feel like something's irking you, if you still feel like something's like running on your mind, it's because you have to handle it. You need to face exactly that issue or problems on your mind. I don't know if that means facing it towards yourself, having that conversation with yourself, or venting out to someone who was willing to listen. But yeah, behind the scenes, why people's lives incredibly change when they are around me, and they pick up on a lot. I see growth through people all the time. I tell people, I see growth, fam. When I see growth, I see growth. Word. And like, what I seen was a younger version of Subject A. A younger version of Subject A, the spiritual baby, a baby in the little spiritual realm, right? And I was there as the protector to just usher this person into just a better version of their own self. A better version of their own self. They was already on the path. It was already putting in the work. It was already doing better for themselves. But they still had other people in that friend group that was around them, and the influence, took over. The influence took over, and they are, they kind of like battling their shadow side, and getting their ass whooped a little bit here and there, because like when you got to battle your own demons, you feel me, it takes a while. It's a part of the healing, but it takes a little minute. Behind the scenes, why life suddenly feels a little bit more lighter is when you can accept yourself. A little bit more self-acceptance. A lot of people, they don't appreciate their own selves. And I really hate that. I hate that a lot. Like, you gotta give yourself some credit. You gotta accept yourself a little bit more. Pour some more love into yourself, just so you can be, you want to be on right terms with yourself. If anybody in the world be like, like F myself, like I hate myself, it's like, there's gotta be a little bit more love in there. There's gotta be a little bit more compassionate towards you. That's you. Like, Who do you think you're talking to when you be like, F the world, F me, like, fuck it to you? Like, who do you think the universe is listening to? You. Who do you think has the power and your voice? You. What you speak is what you manifest. So you have to remember that. What you speak on other people is also what you manifest for your own self. And you kind of just got to learn to vibe, twin. That's really that. Be a great vibe to yourself. Be the best vibe to yourself. Behind the scenes, we have two split different versions of you, and one version of you is out of balance, a little out of balance, where you can't find that equal ground because the outside influence, and it throws you back into that loop where you're constantly competing against yourself because of self-doubt and who do you think you're not are. But what does that mean? What does it mean when somebody like me chooses you? You gotta be powerful. You got to be. Now, powerful and I don't know, your own mind, what? It's powerful, I don't know. I can't say powerful. But special, yes. Definitely special. There's no way in the world. How many times I have told you, you are special. You are somebody who's different. You're not like the rest. Each and every one of you. But when things are being taken away from you, or when things are not going your way, you got to stop looking out the outside version of you and being like, who could I blame this for? Why things are not working out in my way? I gotta put this attention on to somebody else, and that's not how it goes. You have to fight yourself. You have to look in the mirror, throw on some gloves, and box the mirror. Supposedly speaking. Now, I personally feel that there's no rush. Take your time. All right, I'm not saying like, oh, you got to be this amazing person by tomorrow. No. Just enjoy the journey, have fun on the journey, but also realize like, yo, you're not going to be there forever. You're not going to be in that same position forever. And while I'm telling you this, while I'm giving you this information, it's best that you use it to the best of your nobilities and actually put forth your best foot. Because no matter what it is, no matter what you say, what you do, Amor, yeah, 3005, Childish Gambino. Great song. I got your back. I know we can do this. So hold up. 3005. Childish Gambino. Play the song. Now, what I'm trying to say is, behind the scenes, I had so much more to say. Let me see. 25 minutes is kind of long. I might do a part 2, behind the scenes part 2. Maybe. Yeah, if you guys like the video, be sure to drop a like, share a comment, and I'll be back after this video. Peacing out.